Hi everybody, DJ here, and this is the second vlog that I'm going to be posting, with sort of updating everybody on my progress with Uphill, and just sort of documenting my journey through filmmaking, really, and my first foray into it, which is Uphill. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm doing or what Uphill is, it's a short film that I have written and directed, and it's the first film that I've ever done. Well, I mean that I've ever done behind the camera. I've acted in a couple of movies here in the Cleveland Akron area, and I've also worked on sets for others that I won't name, but they're out there. And anyway, I always wanted to know what it would be like to be behind the camera, and I found out that I really enjoy it, and I really want to make movies that that I want to see, obviously. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, because I love movies, and I especially like horror movies. Wearing my Freddy Van Gogh t-shirt that a good buddy of mine gave me. Thank you. And that's sort of what I want to focus on, but Uphill is actually a drama. And that's Cuzkin, by the way. I knew he was going to pop up here at some point. He's my cat and my familiar, so he'll be in probably every single one of these, so get used to seeing him. He's probably more interesting than I am, but anyway, Uphill is in post now, which means that we're all done filming, and I'm in the editing process. And one of the things that I've been finding it hard to do is actually get myself in the mood to start editing. And I have started editing, and I have started and have been making progress on this, but a lot of things, like a lot of hangups for me personally, is that I'll get tunnel vision when it comes to a project, when it comes to certain things, and I'll get these just strokes of creative genius, or what I like to think is creative genius, and I will just focus on that 100% and go. But if I don't have that, it's just like, it's so hard for me to try to even write anything down or create. I just want to like play Mortal Kombat or something like that. It's really bad, and that's one of the things that I've had to like get myself out of and get myself into a routine, because like the excuses I have are easy. I drive an hour to and from work every day, Monday through Friday, working an 8-hour job, and then to come back here, I'm tired, I'm hungry, and to sit behind a computer screen for another 4 or 5 hours before I have to go to bed, and work and do that, it's hard, and it's very easy for me to make excuses to not do that, and I've had to work through it and get to editing, which I have done, and I'm very proud of. And now the other thing that happens is while I'm editing, I am constantly trying to fix things in post, and I really need to get out of that. I need to just get this thing cut and get a solid story out of this film, because it's a short film, so I don't want it to go too long. So I want to be able to make my point and get everything across, within like, I think 20 minutes is really as long as I want this to be. I don't want this to be a half-hour long short. Those tend to run pretty long when you're making short films like that. I know when I watch short films coming up on the 20-minute mark, I'm like, we're wrapping it up, right? but and they've been very good short films that I've just been like, it's kind of losing what it would have been if it were, if the intent of a short film, it's sort of losing that. But anyway, so there's like a couple of things. Like a specific example is in one of the first scenes, there's a text conversation that goes back and forth, and I keep wanting to try to fix that stuff, to to edit that stuff in, and deal with some issues with the cell phone screen that we just have to do in post, and I just need to keep ignoring my intent to fix that and just get something cut and get it shown to my DP and my other buddy, who I've been taking a lot of editing advice from, and just making sure that I have a good story and a good product, because I can look at it all day and it'll just be crap. I'll hate it because I'm that guy that I have to have reassurance from somebody. It's like, it's not crap. which, maybe it is. I don't know. But so far, I haven't heard that. I'm very self-critical. So just kind of having having an extra pair of eyes on something like that, they'll probably catch something that maybe I didn't catch the first time through. So it's always good to have a few sets of eyes on what you're doing. And so that's been something that I've been that I've been dealing with, is trying to just stay on task and go through everything that I need to do in order to make a clear, concise story and film that makes sense within the short film time limits, which again, I really only want this to be about 20 minutes. And I've also noticed that even though I have probably, for a 20-minute film, I probably have at least 6 or 7 hours worth of footage that I have been sifting through. I've been naming and renaming based on organizational stuff. And one of the things that I didn't do for this was storyboard. It was something that I kind of just let happen in my head, and that's something that I'm not going to be doing again. I'm going to be storyboarding everything from now on, because that's really going to help. I'm going to make sure that I get the shots that I get, and I'll be able to sequence them a whole lot better, instead of just depending on what I saw in my mind's eye at the time, which most of the time changed during filming, and a lot of the time it was because my actors acted better than I wrote, which I am very thankful for, because a lot of issues that I see in a lot of indie low to no budget filmmaking is the writing's not awesome and the actors are also not awesome, or the writing's not awesome but the actors are great and it makes the writing good. And I really think that was the case with this. I thought it was a good story, my actors thought that it was too, but they did more with it than I thought could be done with it. They were awesome, Caitlin and Jake. I'll never be able to say. I'll never be able to praise you well enough for what you've done for my film. So anyway, that's about it. I should have something else to say. I have a lot of things to say, but I should have something to show a lot of my Patreon patrons. I'll have something for you guys hopefully here pretty soon. And those of you who have not become a patron yet, please consider joining so that you can get exclusive content to that. There's a bunch of different tiers. If you just want to support me, help me out, there's a $2 tier where it's just you get all of the member exclusive stuff, and you get some early access stuff as well. So if that's all you can really do, that's awesome. If not, follow me on YouTube or my page DJ Remark on Facebook, and that would be awesome. And really looking forward to bringing this out to you guys. So until next week, see you around.